Alright, so if we look at running mole ratio, can I get you to come write one, Edwin? Oh, I thought we shoot people for wrong answers right here. That's forward, we'll come back. Take a second. Alright, then Edwin is the first one to write one up there. Why don't you put the balance there? You put the mole up there. Alright, you got 14, you got 35, you got 14, you got 35, you got 2, 15. Okay, I like that. You got 7 moles of FT over 10. I like that. Looks good. Set it where it's not going to roll off the count. Alright, so can I get Taylor to put another one up there? Might have to run a little smaller than the page. So, actually, that's a small thing. Great. All right, give me one more Isabel. Paper's working as we write it. Since it didn't break the planning board, it doesn't actually have to touch it. Good. All right, everybody got it? Yeah? Everybody feels good about more right there. All right, so how's question 2 different? All right, so go write me one that's for the product. What do you mean you don't know? All right, Alexis? I have great confidence in your ability.
You can get the colors.
So what?
Can get the colors.
Go ahead.
Well, what I was gonna do is like this on top and different bottom.
No.
The color now.
Okay. Yeah. Don't know? Sure. You just don't want to tell me because you think you don't want to try. You see those brain cells. You just don't want to try. Deep breath. John? So nobody has any idea. Go ahead, Ashley. Okay. I told you, don't get shot if you're wrong.
You make the money. Or
Don't have to make sure. Go ahead, Brent. Oh, No shooting people in the home. You need to stay on the board. Erase one of the greens, so you got space to write. Use your big hand, you do that too. Or you can use your big palm and create a big eraser to erase. You have space.
I can reach this one.
Yeah, use your big palm flat on the board and erase. That's it. Palm like this is what? Anything right above that looks similar? Some the board look right above it.
Oh.
Next. You did. Nothing wrong with it. All right. What's the key word in question number 2? You want to try? Go ahead. Easier than that. Go ahead. Y'all working way too hard. I mean, like way too hard. Big palm. You can use your fist, but just one big palm. Or your hand up. Okay. Y'all are like direction challenge. Like big palm, big eraser. Why? You can palm a whole basketball probably. I can't do that. I can't even prove it. Okay. All you're missing are your units. What are you supposed to put between the number and the compound? Exactly. Now, all she did was take what 2 compounds. She took the product. She took these 2 things. So 5 moles of Mn2O7 over 14 moles of Sb. Okay? Now, she could have also said 14 moles of Sb over 5 moles of Mn2O7. Either one of those would be correct. The reason that only that or that is right is that word right there. Because I limited you to just the product, you have to pick one or the other. You can't pick Sb2O5 or Mn because those are what? Oh, yeah. They're reacting. Okay? Question. Everybody with me? All right, the quiz I gave back was on balancing equations. I know nobody has a question on that because they were all 100. Lab question. Okay? For the most part, they were not bad grades. With a few exceptions. Andy, you did not follow the format at all. Okay? You got to fix that for that. There will be at least 2 more, possibly 3 more this semester. So you really need to make sure you follow the format. A couple people, they are virtually word for word identical. No, you cannot, and that's why I did not. The next time I get one that is virtually word for word identical, I will take that grade, divide it in half, and give each of you half of that grade. Okay? Make sure that does not happen in you. All right? I do not know why, but Very few labs, almost everybody subtracted wrong on the first two numbers. I kept punching my calculator thinking, I'm using the calculator wrong. So, I don't know why, but when I subtracted, like, use Brandon, point, or 17.40 minus the 16.50, he had the right number there. But a lot of you, when I subtracted those numbers, you did not have the right number there when I subtracted. And I don't know why. But if you didn't, I took off 2 points because the subtraction was wrong. I don't know if you punched in the numbers wrong in your data table or what. But I actually subtract all the numbers and check your calculations in the data table. So make sure those things are correct when you type those in for me. Significant digits counted, so you left off a number and didn't have the, I don't want those left there. If you have the wrong significant digit, then I took off of that. If you're missing units, I took off of that. Very few people will point for either of those two things. Most of it was in not subtracting correctly in dead space. Purpose. Some of you did not write a complete sentence. I would have taken off 1 point for not having a complete sentence. The purpose, if it was grossly wrong, I took off -4. So it was a little wrong, it depended on how little wrong it was. You should have told me that we were making magnesium oxide and calculating the empirical molecular formula and percent composition. The last. The observations, most of y'all, those suck. There's no nice way to say it. They're just terrible. You need to just tell me what the magnesium looked like before it was reacted, while it was reacting, and after it reacted. Most of y'all are in honors AP English. A lot of you are in AP English. Y'all should have some verbs, some adjectives, some power descriptions by the time y'all get to this level. I could not get 3 or 4 sentences to describe before, during, and after. Describe what magnesium looked like when I gave it to you, what it looked like when it was crumbled up, what it looked like while it was burning, when the lid was being lifted on, set down, lifted off, set down, what it looked like when it was turning to ash, what it looked like after when you added the water and it turned into that gray, dark, zombie looking mist. Okay? You should be able to describe that to me in more than 3 sentences. It should never read like a procedure. It should never have numbers in it. Calculations, you need to actually have calculations there, not just numbers written. If you had no calculations, most of you did have calculations that were there. If the work was there with it, correct, it's supposed to all your points. If the work is there and it's wrong, you lose less points. If there's no work, you lose more points than if the work is there and it's wrong. Okay? You always want to show work so that if it's wrong, you lose less points. I'm going to pick on Brandon for a second. See how this is attached at the end? You don't want to do that. Make sure it's with the work or with the question that it's supposed to do. And then the conclusion questions, same thing. Make sure your work is there with the question. I also go back and check your numbers. If your numbers go with the calculations and they're done correct, a lot of you are going to see things like process is okay or giving your data table numbers is okay, because some of your numbers were so messed up, you were sort of screwed from the outset. You couldn't get the right numbers because your data table numbers were just wrong. Okay? I forget who one lab group had a subscript 26. They couldn't have gotten the right molecular formula if they wanted to. Their empirical formula had a subscript 26. Okay? So the process they used was correct. So they got their point, because the process is not correct. Guys, you always want to show work for those kinds of things. Now, if you type the entire lab report, you got 4 points. You type part of it, you got 2 points. Most of you got 2 points because you type, what's back in your handwritten stuff. If you put pencil on there anyway, you lost 4. What did I tell you at the end of my directions? Like a blue. Okay? It never, I said in big bold, no pencil. Okay? Do not use pencil on lab paper. Now report. Okay? Now, for those of you who just joined us, I put the papers there. We spent all of our time on the opening, trying to figure out number 2. All right, let me give you test papers back. Everybody test this number. For the most part, these are really quite stellar, so we will not be talking about this very long. Yeah, we got really hung up on number 2. Nobody can figure out how to do it. I went around the room and figured out how to do it. There were no hundreds. 98 was the highest, and there were several in both classes, but there was no higher than 98. And I think there were around 598. So there were no 100. There were, I take it back, there were 298. 298, 97, 96, 95, 1, 2, 3, 94, 93, 92, and then there was a whole bunch of 80 between the two classes. And with the exception of about 5 people who just absolutely, not 5 people, yeah, I guess it would be about 5 people. 5 people who just bombed between the two classes. The grades were stellar. And the 5 people who bombed it just someone. If you have a question, just ask. Because I'm not planning to talk about test taking the test or anything like that. If you have anything circled in the whole first page, also. That can be easy and easy. Yeah. Not one, twice. That stupid stuff is nips the heel. Heels for it. Everybody who's didn't get 100 in your lost dumb stuff. Every single one of them. Anybody else have a question? More points? Something you got wrong? Yes, it's all recorded because I'm recording the first period tomorrow. I have told you well. That is fine. You lost 2 points for this up here. Oh. You should have plus 2 there. Quick draw. You wrote it. You need to bring it down. Yeah. Yeah. It encircles the total on the page. That one, you scored this one on the blue chart, and that would have been DAO plus 2. You follow the formula. Same thing there. Yep. Yeah, that was gone. Anybody else? Questions before I take it back? Yeah, right. Yeah, they're in. Everything is in, except for your benchmarks because you'll have to take them, but I haven't added them to your class yet. Say what? The symbol, the up arrow means the gas is released. The arrow on top of the triangle on top of the arrow means heat is added, and AP means it's called water or heat. Anybody else? Okay. Yeah. So 31, you're going to do your activity series. Your copper by itself, and it comes to place zinc. You'll use your copper and both zinc. Yes, I can use this test. I'll be taking, even though everybody's taking it out, shouldn't take it out. So the copper above. Yeah. You're going to know the copper has to be above. It could have been. Anything? Anybody else over here want to ask a question? All right. So, does everybody have a calculator? We're going to do the math today. You need a calculator and all 3 charts. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So on, okay, well, we did this Thursday? No. Friday? No, it was Friday. Now we took that Monday. Had to be Friday. Had to be Friday. All right, so on Friday, we were working on mobile curriculum. So that's what we're going back to. Okay? So this is a continuation of mobile stoichiometry. So we're going to work on mobile stoichiometry, and then we're going to do mole grams, and I think we're going to get to gram mole stoichiometry. We'll just see. Y'all tend to work fast in the first period, so y'all write that. Now, you need to write the sample problems down. I told you, these are all word problems. Okay? Now, this is more like what you'll see on the test, simply because they're word problems. We have been learning how to write equations. So am I going to provide the equations in all the questions? No, I'm going to expect you to write the equations. Now, some of them I will write, but not all of them. So this is more typical of what you'll see on the quiz and the test. I have a benchmark tomorrow. And first period went the whole time. Y'all tend to go a little less time than they do, so we might have a little time left at the end. We'll just see. But they went the entire hour and a half. Alexa and Skype usually not continue to say. And as you say, I can't lose the session. Right? Okay. Oh. So the other thing is to drop one side. So the next side comes up. So I make out that step. Also, the future was 39. And there's some of this I checked today when we were testing. That's good. Yesterday. And it stops at predicting. There's no activity series. There's none of this on the best part. Huh? Yes, there's predicting products on there. There's balancing. There's types. It went all the way to predicting products. That's where I stopped when I was doing questions. I did not put the activity series on there, and I didn't put any. No, I have cross country, and if you finish, then I have to go. Tuesday is always, Thursday is always the best. I don't dance. Actually, my daughter's a oh. No. All right. I probably don't get. There or six hours.
How many do you have?
Are we taking them? Where are we taking them?
Got it.
Well, I want to know where we're taking them to. All right. So we need to do what? First of all, we talked about this last Friday. How can you tell this question is different? Did anybody look at the review sheet first of all for the benchmark? It doesn't matter if you did. All right. Thinking about the old questions that we did that will be on the benchmark tomorrow. How is this question different from those questions that you will see tomorrow? So remember, the next test, not a benchmark, the next week's test, these are going to be intermingled. So how are you going to know that this question is different from those questions? What looks different about it? It's longer, okay? It is longer. That is one thing, yes. Give me something else. Okay, so it asked for moles, it gave you moles. So that tells you what else about the question. All right, it is going to be a mole to mole. How many compounds do you have? Is where I want you to go with that. You have 2, okay? So the first thing you need to recognize, because like Andy said, it gave you moles and it wants moles, is you have 2 compounds. All right, everything you've worked up to this point only has how many compounds in it? 1. If you look at anything that you're going to see tomorrow on the benchmark, or that's on the review sheet that I posted if you want to look at it, it will all have 1 compound. It says how many moles of lead 2 chloride, or how many formula units of sulfur trioxide. Okay, it's all going to have 1 compound. This is the first question we've had that has 2. So anytime there are 2 compounds, you're going to have to write a balanced equation. That's what makes it different. Okay? As long as you can remember that, you should be able to tell the difference between the questions. So, given we have 2 compounds, we need a balanced equation. Now, sometimes they're fluffy, like this one, and it tells you extra crap you don't need to know. You don't need to know that ammonia is used as a fertilizer and household cleaner. Now, you do need to know the compound ammonia. Every chemistry student has to know ammonia is NH3. Is it on a reference table or any other kind of chart that we use? The answer to that is no. You have to memorize it. If you look it up on your blue formula sheet, it says ammonium ion, not the stable one, the regular oxidation sheet. It says NH4 + 1. And lots of people come up to me during the test and go, Nicole, ammonium ion, ammonia? The answer is no. And then they go, formula. And my answer is going to be, now, I will remember it after the quiz test is over. However, I will not remember it until the quiz test. So, you need to learn that ammonia is NH3. Just say. You might need to know it by the next quiz test that we have on this topic, not tomorrow. So, where is NH3 going to be in reference to our yield sign based on what the question says? How many moles of ammonia is what? Produced. So what side does the ammonia need to be on? If it's produced. Ammonia is produced. What side does it need to be on? It needs to be on the right. It needs to be on the product side, right? So we know NH3 is a product. Now, what did it come from? If we read the rest of the question, it says when hydrogen reacts with nitrogen. So H plus N. Now, we follow the same rules we've been using for the last week. They're elements by themselves. Do we know anything special about these elements? They're what? They're 1 of the 7. Are they both 1 of the 7 or just one of them? Just one. Which one? Okay. So N is not. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. I'm going to be nipping at your heels on test day, taking my points back. All right. Hector on 5 clear brown iguanas. That would be the now. Okay, that's okay. As long as you remember it on test day. So, given we have to write an equation, we need to balance. Most of you did fabulous on balancing. Still got a couple of people with some glitches. So 2 in, 2 there. I made 6 H's, so I'm going to put a 3 there. Now, when we talked about this on Friday, we said, because we're changing from moles of what up here? Moles of hydrogen. Okay? Now, sometimes when people go to read this, they struggle with what you're given and what you want. Find the number. You got 6.0, right? 6.0 moles of what? Of hydrogen. That's your given data. Now, what did I ask you for? Find the question word, the who, what, where, when. They want to know how many, what, moles of ammonia. So we're going from hydrogen to ammonia. Who are we not using at all in this equation? Nitrogen. They don't give us nitrogen. They don't ask for nitrogen. We're not using it. We're given hydrogen, and we want ammonia. Nitrogen is never going to be used for us because it's not something we need. You see how the question says with excess nitrogen gas in it? That's just extra stuff they threw in to confuse us. Okay? But we don't need it. The number has hydrogen. The question word has ammonia. Those are the only 2 compounds we're focusing on. Everybody with me on that? All right. So what's on the top line of our chart? This is not a trick question. What's the top line of our chart say? Of. So we got to write moles of hydrogen on the bottom. Remember, you got to keep track of your compounds because we're going to have to change compounds. So it's really important to know what compound you're working with. Now, what questions did I tell you on Friday we had to ask ourselves? Are we changing compounds? All right, and if we said, if yes, put moles on top. So, what's the answer? Are we changing compounds? Yes, because we want to go from hydrogen to what? Ammonia. So, since the answer is yes, all right, we're putting moles on top. Now, this is what we worked with last Friday. What do we call this mole over mole thing? What's that called? That's right. This is called a mole ratio. Now, where do the numbers come from in a mole ratio? Coefficient. So, we use the coefficient to get our numbers. So, first of all, I need to finish filling in my mole ratio. I went from moles of hydrogen to moles of what I want. That's the function of a mole ratio, to change the compound. So what compound are we changing it to? Ammonia, because that's what they asked me for. Is everybody okay with what Alexis said? He said to change it to ammonia. Why do we change it to ammonia? See how it says, find the moles of ammonia up here? How many moles of ammonia? Is everybody okay with why we did that? Yay or nay? Brandon, you with me? Okay. Now, you said mole ratios got coefficients, right? So what is in front of ammonia? So we're putting a 2. And what's in front of hydrogen? What's in front of hydrogen? So we're putting a 3. Now, 6 times 2 is 12, divided by 3 is 4, right? How many significant digits do I have? 2. So how many do I need in my answer? So I'm going to put 4.0 moles of NH3. Question. Yay or nay? You with me? What's wrong, Holly? 4.0. Here, I can make the decimal a little better. That better? All right, we got it? Can we do another one? You want to try to work that one? All right, try to work. And then I'll do it with you. See what you can do. The equation. See what you can do. Can't do it, it's okay. I'm going to do it with you. All right, good. Help, where are we at? 1 minute. right, how about that? So, what's the equation? This is review, and y'all did great on this on the test. Tell me what we know. Sheena, tell me what you know. You can't even tell me the equation? Y'all let me sit there the whole time, and y'all are like, I just need 2 more minutes. All right, tell me the equation, Andy. You just tell me the equation. We'll balance it in a minute. All right, so KClO3. Okay, so where are you lost with that part? Okay, you see how it says decomposition of potassium chlorate right here. Okay? Whoops. Get back up there. All right? And there's potassium chlorate, except that it's not so good. Now, potassium chlorate is KClO3, right? So, you got your blue reference table? So, you look up MClO3 becomes MCl plus O2, just like you did on the test. And then K goes where M is and Cl. And then plus 1 minus 1, they cancel out. And so you have the equation. Does that make sense now? All right. Is everybody else with us on the equation piece? Anybody not on the equation? Yay, nay. You with us, Brandon? You just bored because you already got it. Huh? You just sleeping. All right. So from there, to balance the equation, we all said 2, 2, and 3, right? Now, what do we do first in the chart? Alexis, what do we do first? That you said I need 2 more minutes. All right, so draw the chart. What do we put on top of the chart? All right, so 15 moles of oxygen because if you look in the question, it says 15 moles of oxygen. Does everybody see where Alexis got that? With me, Sheena? Okay, so what do we put on the bottom? 5 moles of oxygen. Everybody with us on that? All right, so what do we ask ourselves? So are we? So we put one on top. All right, so once we know that, this is called what that we just created? A mole ratio. So this is where we change the compound. So what compound did they ask us to find? Potassium chlorate. So which compound is potassium chlorate? KClO3. All right, so if we know KClO3 and O2 are our mole ratio, where the numbers come from? So what's in front of KClO3? In front of oxygen. So we get what? 30 divided by 3 is 10. And I need how many significant digits? So how am I going to make that 2? Put it down. And then moles of KClO3. Are you with me? Okay. Can we practice? Okay. All right. You were just hung up on the reaction.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Yeah. Why wouldn't you? What if I was to get the people on the midpoint line? You okay with that? Are you wrong? You just don't want to do it. Well, the good news is, after we finish this, and we test on the next two, we're not going to do math on the point. There will be no. And then we'll do the gas laws, and I probably will do the. So, all right, so on the front side, I want to do as many of 135 as I can plus off. Okay? I already gave you the reaction, so I shouldn't have anybody going, can't write the equation. All right? I'm more interested in your chart and being able to convert. This is one. So you wake them up with that. This one. That's right. Right. Okay? Just have to be quick. Right. Anybody? How you going to think about it? You'll say that before you have to think about it? The rough light.
Oh, oh, but 25 is on.
Apparently they breathe too much and they think you get hot. Huh? Yeah.
That's the next one.
Really? I thought you had a real question. I don't know. Your feet smell,
Yeah.
then it's fine. Okay. They smell like my son and no. I can't work with that. They smell like. Okay, time to do more. What we got? Huh. Yeah, you have everything you need. You got that. Wait. But y'all got it. Right. What's it? No, back to you. So you can walk. Yeah. The only reason I think we talk about you had the right reaction, you had the right to make all kinds of that they were supposed to be happy. Alright, who else got some done to like one of the two? Who's got? Yeah, people can talk that we have this contract. Funded, surplus, this, yes, yeah, they're fine, what you do all of them. Yeah, but when I think I put down, that's the you like that, it'll still work out my time. So you get here, there's no point for the, to work out. Well, all right. college outside of here? Max, got one outside, yeah, you know, keep that. Okay? All right, has everybody done at least 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
Everybody not done 1, 2, 3? You see, everybody not done 1, 2, 3. Everybody done, I'm not saying, well, I probably haven't seen all of y'all. Got these. You got one. You got one. I knew the answer was not checked. All right. All right. Let's add something new to the chart we're going to do on the back side. All right. Those of you who like titles, this would be this one. Mole to gram. All right. So my title people, mole to gram. Yes, we're going to do the back side. Not yet. We're going to do mole to gram. Then we'll use back. Say what? Are we going to not go over it? Do we need to go over it? Yes, we do. Step 4, it says how many moles of what? Would you put on top? Yep, and then where do you know it's come from? Yep, and there can be sort of extra. Now, the next one down there, number 3, where do you know it's come from? Where do you come out? It's got one 3. More. It doesn't matter. That's not oxygen. That's carbon dioxide. Which one's your top? Yes. Yes. Exactly. All right. We have it written? Yes. All right. So, tell me how to write the reaction here. I bolded some things to make it easier. It should be one you remember from biology class. It should come back pretty easily, especially after we see bold or change colored words in this equation. so thinking about your yield sign and your arrows, all right, who's produced, who's formed a reaction? All right, so glucose is produced. All right, so glucose is produced, so C6H12O6. All right, and what else? And oxygen. So when we write oxygen, what do we know about oxygen's formula? Got a 2 on it. All right, and then what's it produced from? All right, carbon dioxide, and then plus water. Okay? All right, so from there, what do we need to do to it? We need to balance. All right, so if we do that, where should we start? Okay, we can throw the H's. So, how many H's are here? So what do I put here? Cool. From there, I probably do the C's next to. How many C's? And then what do I put here? All right. Now, our O's are in all 4 compounds here. Okay? Now, see if you can follow my train of thought. I have how many O's here? I have 12, right? And I have how many here? Now, on this side, I need to get them to match, right? I already have how many O's here? So this and this can take care of each other, right? So I just need to put something here to balance this. So if I put 6 there, I've taken care of it. That makes sense? All right. Whoops, I forgot the 2 back there. All right, so from there, what is different about this question and the last several that we've been doing here? It's asking for what? Mass. This one's asking for mass, and you've been finding what? Moles. So every time it asks for mass in a question, mass is grams. Okay? So every time it asks for mass, it's asking for grams, in case you don't know that. Now, we're going to start in the same way we've been starting. Nothing is different. So, draw your chart. So, what do I have to start with? 3 moles of what? All right, so we're putting our 3 moles of water on the top line. What goes on the bottom line? Moles of H2O. Now, you're doing the exact same thing you've been doing, but you've been doing it a little bit by rote because we've only been doing the same kind of problems over and over again. You're asking yourself, are we changing compounds? Okay? If the answer is yes, you're going to put moles on top. So, what is the answer? Are we needing to change compounds? Well, the question wants you to find the mass of what? Glucose. So, are we changing compounds? Yes. So, we're putting moles on top. Now, is that a mole ratio? Okay. If a mole ratio change the compound. Now, I'm pointing that out because these are going to grow to 4 sections. We've been doing charts that only have 2 sections. So, was this a mole ratio? So we need to change the compound. What compound did you tell me to change it to? What did you say we were looking for? So we're going to put glucose on the top. C6H12O6. And then the last step for this is, where do the numbers come from? That's right. Use the coefficient. So, the coefficients are For which one? Water, and the coefficient for glucose is 1. All right. So, what goes to the bottom of the chart? Moles of glucose. That never changes. Whatever's on the top has to go where? To the bottom. Now, again, you ask yourself, are we changing compounds? Okay. If no, put grams on top. Now, why did Alexis holler, no, we're not changing compounds? What? We are looking for mass, that's one reason. We already got glucose. We already changed the compound. Because we already changed the compound, do we need to do it twice? No, we already did it. All right, so we put grams on the top. And we keep the same compound. So what compound am I putting up there with the grams? C6, H12O6. Now, this is an old conversion that we have done many, many times. This is that 1 mole equals the mass conversion that you will see tomorrow on the benchmark. So what number always goes with moles in this section? 1. It doesn't matter what's in the balanced equation. The only place that gets the balanced equation is here in the mole ratio. Once you've used the balanced equation there, do you get to use it anywhere else? No. So even if there had been a 6 here, and we put this 6 here, could I then put it down here? No. Now, where do I get that? Formula mass. So how do I find formula mass? Because it's on the benchmark tomorrow, we can just suck it up and add it up. How many C's are there? How many H's are there?
12.
How many O's are there? Because I am a nice person, I'll tell you what they are. 72, 12, 96, for a total of 180. And we are at the point of the semester when I know the masses like that, I will just write them in the chart. As long as we can all agree that you know where the masses came from, I will just fill them in. If I know that some compounds I won't know, but I do know glucose is 180. That's why I could add that up so fast. I'm not a mathematical wizard. And the answer is 90. 3 divided by 6 is 0.5. 0.5 divided by 180 is 90. You can double check me if you're worried. How many significant digits do I need? So what should my answer be? 90.0. Great. But there are. It's written on the spot. In case you forgot, I told them power school. In case you were, just to show it to you. But I think you can pull it up on your phone so you can see it says honors chemistry beside your grade. In case you forgot or need verification that you are in an honors class. Pretty sure it says that. It doesn't just say chemistry in your power school, does it? I'm pretty sure it says honors chemistry. Trust me, significant digits are nowhere near as over the top as I'm going in the next unit. Huh? Just regular, we decided several years ago to get rid of it, and so we use regular physical science and honor studies. We don't teach honor physical science, we just teach regular physical science and honor studies. That's the way I decided to do it. Generally speaking, there's not enough people who want to take regular chemistry. We tried it several years ago, and the people they put in were not willing to do the work. And out of 15 people, I think 3 or 4 passed. Everybody else failed. The curriculum is not that much different. So if you take people who are not interested in doing work, they are put in regular chemistry. You still have to learn how to do the basics. Naming does not change. Balancing does not change. I can take out significant digits. I can take out some of the more stringent topics. But, you know, predicting products, those are all basic parts of the content in the curriculum. I can't streamline. I mean, everything we did under chemical reactions, that is basic content. That's not honest truth. All right. We're not going to fill in all the extras this time. We're just going to draw the chart. I've already written out all the steps on the last example. So this time we're just going to draw the chart. Once you start doing it and you draw a few of them, you're not going to you'll just mentally process it pretty quick. And you guys are sharp. You catch on very quickly. Next week, people think I have completely and totally left the reservation. By who? Oh, that's on my side. You think I have somebody watch the cat? How is everybody watching the dog? The dog is crazy during the day. Okay. Cat runs freely, and then the dog is crazy. Now, when the kids get home in the afternoon, the kids let the dog out back to the house. Cat has a little dog. No, I think I want that dog. Trying to work. Quite frankly, I do too. But my husband and I prefer that dog. Take the cat out for a half hour. You know, my cat would be much better suited to your house. She clearly loves cats. You know, and she needs someone like
Oh, yeah.
no, my cat needs y'all. In the worst way. He's tall, big, old. Not really old, unfortunately. It's not old dog. It's not like on Death's Door or anything. Domino. He was a rescue cat. They named it. I did. All right. So we have 2 moles of what? Magnesium. All right. Now, before we keep going with the chart, is the equation balance? No. So, 2 in front of this one and 2 in front of that one. All right. So, where are we going to start? What are we going to do first? Moles of magnesium where? On the bottom, so we'll cancel. Very good. All right. So, what is the first thing we ask ourselves? Are we sounded like immature, like some foreign language over there? All right, what did you say, Alexis? Is the compound going to change? And is the compound going to change? Yes, because we want to find the mass of what? Magnesium oxide. So we're going from magnesium to magnesium oxide. So since we answered yes, what do we have to put on the top? Moles. All right, we get the coefficient. So we got to put moles on the top. So what do we call this mole over mole thing? A ratio. So if it's a ratio, this is where we actually change the compound. What compound are we changing to? MgO, magnesium oxide is MgO. So since this is a mole ratio, Eiley, where are we getting the numbers from? Coefficient. So what's in front of MgO? What's in front of Mg? All right, everybody good with that? Yes. All right, so we're on my other section because they want mass this time. If they wanted moles, we'd be done. But they want grams, so I got to keep going. So what goes on the bottom line of my chart? Of MgO, so it'll cancel out. All right, are we changing compound? No, because we already did it. So if the answer is no, what do I put on top? Grams. So this is our old conversion, right? Now, if we're going moles to grams, what do I do about my compound? I keep the same compound, right? So MgO goes back on the top. And this is our old conversion. So what number goes beside moles of MgO? A 1. So here's one of those where when you look at the equation, what's in front of MgO right here? A 2. But I don't put that coefficient down here, right? Because whenever I fill this in, that's that 1 mole equals the atomic mass, just like you'll see them all on the benchmark. Moles get the 1. Then I fill in this mass, right? Should be 40.3, I believe. Am I right, Passion? Okay. So, should get 80.6 when you multiply and divide grams of MgO. Okay? Question. You had already calculated that ahead. I wasn't just asking blindly about that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because those two twos cancel each other out, so 2 times 40.3 plus. Oh, adding up MgO. So Mg, there's 1. O, there's 1. Times 16. Where do the coefficients get used? The coefficients get used here. No coefficients here. No coefficients there. Okay? So, there's how many Mg right here? 1 and 1. Okay? So there's 1 Mg, there's 1 O, so 40.3. Okay? You only get to use the coefficients one time, and we use them there in our mole ratio. So MgO only has 1 Mg, 1 O. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's how, when I calculated, I got 80.6 grams. All right, you with me? Anybody not with me? Yay, nay, where are we at? Okay. I think I'm 80.6, yeah. These two cancel each other out. So you got 2 times that.
Oh.
Y'all can't use a calculator? I know. It's all that same. Where are you at? I got you. All right. You think you can do it on your own? Yeah? No? All right. So if we take this same equation, I don't want to do that problem. That's the same doggone question. Scratch that. All right. Look on the back side of your sheet. All right. Let's do 1B, 2, and 3. And if you don't finish them, which you probably won't get them all done, some of you won't. All right, 1B, 2, and 3. All right, if you don't finish them, we'll finish them tomorrow after the bench part. Done? Let's work on what we can. 1B, 2, and 3.